Hello and welcome to the Project Pile. My name is Gunnhildur. I'm an Icelander, live in Iceland. This is my podcast, vlog, chat type of thing where I talk mainly about yarn, knitting, crocheting, anything fiber related. Because I keep discovering things about fiber and some people are just masters with it. It's called the Project Pile because I have projects, they are in piles, and I just keep adding to them because why finish things? Anything else? Another thing that I do prefer and try to do is, because I am an Icelander and I do live in Iceland and I am very much in love with my country, I do try to mention if there is any geological activities. Currently, as of filming, no. There is the usual speculations about the southern peninsula, Reykjaneskai, where the most activity has been for the past 2 years. But again, speculations. And then again, apart from the regular earthquakes. I do also talk about the weather because what else is a middle-aged European supposed to talk about? Which is, the weather for the past 2 weeks. I did it yet again. I try to do this every weekend, but for some reason I have a curse currently where I film every other weekend, which is it's a thing right now, and I think I'm just gonna try and not fight it. But yeah, so last weekend the weather was actually fine. I just didn't have any energy, and the weather this past week we've actually had a little bit of storms. When were we on yellow alert? Last Monday we were yellow and then orange for a while. Was it Monday? Was it Tuesday? I should write these things down. That would make a whole lot more sense because my brain, my memory. But yeah, we did go on yellow alert for a little while. Thankfully, not my fjord. I think most of the fjords, at least the eastern fjords, we were fine. At least like Mjóifjörður, Neskastaður, Eskifjörður and Reyðarfjörður. You don't need to memorize those names, but fine. But by Reyðarfjörður there's another fjord called Fáskursfjörður, and they had an absolute storm. Where my maternal uncle and his wife, they live there, and and then literally next town by, imagine this fjord here, Fáskursfjörður, and literally past a mountain, Reyðarfjörður. People there were wearing shorts and enjoying 12 degrees heat and just calm weather. There was a little bit of mud blowing about, but soil, basically like a sand, not in a storm, just a little bit of sand blowing around, which I do recall from my childhood. Reyðarfjörður is my childhood home, my childhood fjord. And yeah, that tracks. It was a little bit more windy where I live, but it wasn't orange. Other parts of the country, way more. Like this was the one time where we, I think pretty much everyone in the Eastern Fjord agreed not to put anything on social media because that would just be rude. Like in the Western Fjords particularly, and the northwestern corner, they had avalanche warnings. And we were like, I'm not gonna say anything. We had a little bit of wind, southwestern, nothing to complain about. It was on Friday, we got a little windy. Not really anything to complain about. I could complain a little bit now because it started snowing last night, And I had to shovel snow today. And, you know, the only thing is that, you know, it's wet and a little bit heavy, but honestly nothing to complain about, is it? But yeah, so this is called Project Pal, and I mostly whine about the weather. But yeah, another thing that really hampered me week before last. This hasn't happened to me in years. And so I work at my day job is the local like grocery store, supermarket kind of thing. And the only thing that you need to know is that it is like most stores in Iceland. It's a part of a chain. And this chain, I don't have control over it. But on Tuesday, on the 10th, one of my local customers, one who has been a regular for decades, stole my energy. This was very rude. Basically, there are potentially some changes at the chain that I have no idea about, I have no control over, and I don't have any answers about. She made it sound like she had a question, and then she just kept going and going and going. And I just felt her suck my energy. Every passing second. I have not felt this in so many years. I have not. Yeah. It's been a long while. And listening to her and feeling her just drain my energy, my stores. I was like, there's no way I can go on Knit Night on Thursday because I am, and unfortunately I wasn't able to go because my social battery completely drained by this person. I mean, she did look a little sheepish the day after, but I'm like, that was so rude. It took me almost a week to regenerate enough social battery so I was able to actually go last Thursday. It was a lot of fun. There was a new person and she had such wonderful reactions to some of the things that the older ladies were talking about, and I'm like, it's very nice to get a different perspective on things because I was starting to think that, let's not go there. Let's talk about something more fun. But yeah, it took me quite a few days to regenerate my energy. That was such a rude thing to do. But yeah, on happier notes, when talking about my crocheting, I am this much done with the shawl, the Halloween sock yarn in this gorgeous colorway. This is the third and last skein. I am just over 2/3 done with this shawl, meaning that I am halfway over with this little project of mine. Like, I do feel a little proud about that because at least I am making some itty bitty progress because I could not do anything last week because of that woman. I really don't like it when that. No, it's been such a long time because also when you are working customer service, you can't exactly go like this when a customer is talking to you. You can't go this. Even this is the best way to defend yourself against energy theft. I can't do that. I can confront the person, but I can whine it to everyone else and tell them about how rude that was. Where is my stopper? I lost the stopper. Found the stopper. Anyway, so the other project, the one that I've been bringing to Knit Night, I also started the second skein. There's the end. So I mean, it's not fast, but this is, again, it's gonna look so pretty. This is gonna be a new scarf because I already have one that is really long and nice, but I'm always using it. I need a new one that is also like fun and colorful. And I'm really looking forward to getting this one done because this is the Japanese yarn that I have, the Noro. Silk Garden Light is a silk mohair wool combination. And it's so soft. And just the colors. I love these colors. And the color change, I mean, it's a little sharp here because, you know, that's where the new skein started, but you know what? No one is gonna pay attention to that. No one's gonna see the edges because people are gonna be like, oh, pretty, looks comfortable. And it's going to be. So yeah, again, start on second skein of 3. 2 out of 3 is kind of, it's almost like my thing right now. Let's see, when I'm finished with this shawl, I will be starting on the green one. That's going to be in the next crochet project. When I'm finished the scarf, it's going to be a little while though, because it's such a nice project to bring to knit nights. But I do have a mountain of other projects. Like there are projects that I could definitely be finishing. I'm like, I want to start something new. Because why finish things? My mother actually gave me this copy that she's had for some years now. I have no idea how many years. This is a copy that my older sister actually photocopied for her. And let's see, it's number 13. It's this jacket and little hat. And yeah. It's from an Icelandic magazine. I actually got really excited about the blanket, but unfortunately that's not the pattern that my sister photocopied. It's from Tinna, which is a long-standing yarn page, but it's actually the Prjónablaðið Ír, the knit magazine Ír. And these, yeah, a lot of words that probably don't make sense, but these are made from lanet. It's superwash 100% wool. That word there is wool. Lanet, I really feel, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Norwegian. Might be wrong, but I'm gonna say it's Norwegian. But that's an old magazine and I don't have that wool, that yarn. I've heard a lot of the older ladies talk about this yarn with a lot of nostalgia. I don't think, I haven't done any research because, listen, I'm not on a yarn buying ban. Bans don't work for me. I'm on a yarn buying diet, or yeah, I would rather check my overwhelming collection of yarn than look into buying more yarn. Like, so I did find, really wish I would have written down the actual composition of this here yarn. I feel like I bought this off of Wish. Like, oh, pretty much everything on this label is in, I believe, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's Chinese. The only thing I can see is that there are some percentages here that I have no idea what are. I do feel like this is something like milk bamboo yarn. And it's really soft. And it's just a lovely, it's a little dark in real life rather than what the lighting I do have implies. It's really soft, but And it is made for children, but because I didn't write down exactly what the composition is, I could maybe do a smart thing and download an app and see like a translator app. That would be smart. But I haven't done that. But you know, because I don't know what the actual composition is, and this is a baby jacket, I don't really want to take the chance. On the other hand, this is yarn that I believe was gifted to my mother, and my mother gifted to me. And this is Norwegian. This is Treisilgarn. Is baby yarn, and super was merino wool. That is definitely gonna work. Definitely gonna work. So it's 50 grams, it's about 175 meters. Conditionert wacht. No idea what that means. I do understand that this means brug ikke skillemiddel, is don't use fabric softener. It's, yeah. It's knit needles 2.5 to 3 millimeter, which I did glance over this pattern. It does use 2.5 knit needles, so that would work. Of course, the smart thing would be to do a like a knitting test before. That's not the right word. But yeah, basically knit a little bit to see if these sizes and the yarn match up before you go and do the work. That makes sense. Yeah, so I mean, I do have a little bit of baby, like specific yarn for children and babies, and there are a lot of projects that just look really interesting, and I want to try. Like, there aren't any children expected in my family, so it's not for my benefit, but I don't know, if it turns out good enough, I might be able to like donate it to, I don't know, charity or something. But yeah. So I'm not gonna mention anything at all about trying to break the 2-week curse. If it's gonna be 2 weeks, it's just gonna have to be 2 weeks. Otherwise, if I do manage to have energy next week and actually sit down and make a video, that would be fantastic. But we'll see if I manage to break the curse. I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll be able to like finish this and get started on something else. The book I'm currently reading, grasping for something to talk about, it is Aaron Mahnke's The World of Lord Dreadful Places. Apparently it's a podcast. I just picked it up in Nexus, a very, very, very good bookstore in Iceland. It's in Reykjavik. Picked up last year, I think, after my surgery. Yeah, I think. And I've been reading it. I'm almost done with it. Currently the part where I'm at it isn't really as interesting as the first part. And okay, remember quite a while ago I was talking about like ghosts, and what was I talking about? It was something about ghosts and basically the cultural privilege that I realized that I have, because I'm raised in the belief that there are things that we simply do not understand. And I feel very, very strongly that because I'm raised that way, I have a mental compartment in my brain, in my mind, that whenever I see or something happens, I see something strange or weird or out of, I can't explain it. Something happens that I can't explain. I have a mental compartment where I can literally just put that thing down. The compartment is called draugur, or ghosts, ghostly happenings. I can put it down in that compartment, close it up, and move along my way. Get on with my day. Rhyme. And reading this book because I really feel like it's, I want to say American. I really want to say American, but I've never listened to this podcast because they are talking quite a bit about the past and about possible ghost stories, like possible hauntings and stuff like that. A few of the examples that have been brought up as being something creepy, I'm like, oh, that's sweet. Like a very polite ghost that said, thank you for the snacks. I'm like, that is a very well brought up, sadly passed away child. Very polite. It's not creepy. It's sad. But a very polite ghost. And, you know, things like that. Some events that are like propped up as being something creepy, and I'm like, that was such a polite ghost. But yeah, that's cultural differences, I believe. Do I have anything else to yatter about? Not really sure. I am on top of my housework. I've got laundry done. I do need to run the dishwasher like once. My skin almost ran off. I need to run the dishwasher after having cooked my food today. Otherwise, all done with that. I have swept the floor, so I feel good about walking over it. It is currently about 4 minutes to 8 in the evening. It's, I believe sunset was just after. Very merry and happy spring equinox. No, wait, it's not spring equinox. Wrong word. It's not equinox. It's what's the word? I remember the word a moment ago, and then I got it mixed up. Vårjapdagur. What's the word? Excuse me a moment. In my defense, my brain has been playing so many tricks on me the past days, weeks, that I've gotten accustomed to not trusting it. That is the correct word. It is spring equinox, and happy spring equinox, because that means that we are getting closer to summer. It's equal day, equal night. It's spring and autumn equinox, summer and winter solstice. Ow. So yeah, I'm gonna try and trust my brain a little bit more this week. I'm gonna call it here because clearly I am getting into a mood. It is getting a little darker and I don't know, I get in a mood. Okay, I'm gonna stop yathering. And again, I'm not gonna make any promises about breaking the 2-week curse because that has not worked for the past, 2 or 3 times. Instead, I'm gonna say, I'll see you when I see you, okay? Until then, take care, and I hope life is good to you, hopefully better, and I'll see you when I see you, okay? Take care, bless.